Listen, final expense agents, okay? Um, this message is 100% for you. 100% for you. If you're in the final expense game, you're buying leads, you're out there helping the clientele over 65 plus with their final expense. Some people understand the concept of cross-selling, and what they'll do is they'll look for Medicare sales opportunities with their final expense clients. I'm here to let you know that there's another opportunity that a lot of people are missing out on. Guys, my name is Tony Martinez. I'm the owner and founder of a company called TKO Financial Network. And before I get started, I want you to know this up front, okay? I'm not trying to get you to leave your final expense platform. You can continue to keep your platform over there without a problem. I'm here to offer you an opportunity to have another tool in your tool belt that could help you generate substantially much more commissions and help your clients in a way that you probably never thought you could. So, take a moment, right? Quiet your surrounding. Take a moment and just hear me out. Drop your guard down a little bit and realize I'm not trying to get you to leave your current organization and come over here. If you've got a good final expense platform, good leads, good contracts, good whatever it is you have, great, keep it there. But you should definitely listen to this opportunity here. Okay, what I'm talking about is what's called life settlements. Do you know that there exists companies out there that are willing to purchase people's existing life insurance policies that are either about to expire or unaffordable? So let me explain what I mean a little bit more before you click over here. Okay, so tell me if this scenario doesn't happen to you. I mean, I'm sure it does, right? You come across a client in their 60s, you're there to meet them for a final expense sale, and they tell you this. They say, man, I've got a 30-year term policy for $500,000 that's about to expire, right? The client's, let's say the client's 63, 64 years of age, whatever. They purchased it at 35. They know it's only going to last them 30 years. It expires at 65. It's $500,000. They requested final expense because they know this is about to expire. And they want to make sure that although they won't have $500,000, that they have something in place to cover the final cost. That's very probable. That's very, very probable. The other scenario you come across is this. The client's in their 60s and they say, no, I've had this permanent insurance product, but I didn't fund it the right way. I wasn't putting the right amount of money in there. And to be quite frank, these premiums are too stinking high. I don't have enough in there to stop paying premiums into it, but I can't continue to make those premium payments into it. So I'm going to have to surrender it. And I don't want to go without insurance. So I need some final expense insurance, to cover the cost, something that's a little bit more cost effective. I purchased this one when I was 35 or when I was 20 or 40 or 45 or whatever. These two scenarios are very common. You'd be amazed how many people look for final expense insurance who are in these types of scenarios, and then what they're trying to do is get something to replace this that's more financially feasible. Well, what could you do with life settlements? Let me show you. This term policy, a lot of the times, can convert into a permanent plan. Term policies have a conversion feature where they can convert from a term policy to a permanent. Bear with me if you know what I'm talking about. You might say, yeah, I get it, but converting it to a permanent plan just guarantees their health. It doesn't guarantee their age. So the person can't convert it because they can't afford the new premium payments of the permanent plan. Well, what if I told you that I have companies that are willing to take over these policies, called a reassignment? They reassign the owner of the policy. So the company comes and says, listen, I want to take over your policy. I'm going to become the owner. I'm going to become the payer. I'm going to become the beneficiary. You're the insured. I'm going to convert it into this permanent plan, and I'm going to make the premium payments to this as well too. Now you might say to yourself, well, why would the client agree to something like this? What if that company says, listen, this $500,000, I'm going to give you $125,000 of it right now while you're alive. I'm going to give it to you right now while you're alive. If you allow me to take over as owner of your term policy, because I'm going to convert it into this permanent policy, I'm going to pay it out. I'm going to become the payer and the beneficiary and the owner. And when you pass away, Mr. Client, this $500,000 goes to my company. How many clients do you think would do that? How many clients do you think would agree to something like that? How many clients do you think would say, heck freaking yes, my term policy is about to expire in the next 2-3 years anyways. And when it expires, I might as well do that and get something for it right now. $125,000 right now in my pocket tax free. Do I got to medically underwrite? No. To be quite frank, it's reverse medical underwriting. The older you are and the more unhealthy you are, the higher chances you have of a firm buying this out, because they know that that client has a probability of passing away sooner than later and them claiming that money. Now, in this scenario here, premiums are too high. You can skip the conversion and go right to reassignment. Reassignment. Go right to reassignment. Mr. Client, you've got this, you've got this whole life policy that was funded inappropriately. You got this, index policy that was funded inappropriately, right? I understand you can't afford these premium payments. If you let us become the owner of your policy, the payer of your policy, and the beneficiary of your policy, we'll make the premium payments. We can afford it, okay? We can also make additional payments in there to make sure that this policy doesn't lapse, but we'll give you $125,000 of this money right now while you're alive. Do you know that your insurance licenses allow you to do things like this? This is what I'm saying to you guys right now. If you're watching this video, if you're in the final expense game and you're buying leads, great, more power to you. There's a lot of money to be made there. More power to you. Go for it. Go for it. You love the IMO, the FMO that you're currently representing that's taking care of your final expense. Great, cool, no problem. Again, I'm not trying to get you to move from one location to the other unless it's something that you genuinely see an advantage to. I'm not trying to do that at all. But if your current IMO isn't offering you this, we should talk. Whoever sent you this video sent you this because they know you're in the final expense game, but they don't know if you have access to this as a resource. TKO Financial Network has access to this as a resource. Set up a time to chat with us. Have a 15-minute live phone conversation with us. And let's figure out if this tool belt if this tool is something you should have in your tool belt when you're out there working your leads. We've got tons of agents of ours that are in the final expense game that are finding a couple of these. And let me tell you something, the commissions on these, you get a client that makes $125,000, cash out on that, and you're making a 6% on that. Guys, you're making an easy, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 commission. Boom, non-chargebackable. All for having an insurance license, all for understanding that these opportunities do exist. And when you go meet your final expense clients, all you got to do is ask them the questions. Mr. Client, do you have an existing life insurance policy? You do. Is it about to expire? It is. Is that why you're buying final expense right now? It is. Mr. Client, do you have an existing life insurance? I do, but I can't afford it. Well, let's talk about this a little bit more because there might be some options for you, Mr. Client. Anyhow, listen, guys, my name is Tony Martinez. Hit me up. You can find me on social media. Tony Martinez on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn, Tony Martinez. You can find me on Instagram, Millennial Entrepreneur Hustle. And I'll take it a step further. And I didn't give you my direct number if you want to reach out to me. Number is 239-784-1118. Again, 239-784-1118. Hit back the person that sent you this message and say to them, hey, I want to learn a little bit more about that. Who can I talk to? And set up a 10, 15-minute phone call. Make an educated decision versus an emotional decision. And at least that way, if you're saying yes, you're saying no, you're making an educated one. Have a good one. Be blessed. Have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.